Good morning to you and good morning to the viewers. Of course, it is a very big day as far as the country is concerned. As you rightly pointed out, after 4 decades of going to space, now Shubhanshu Shukla is going to space. And of course, whatever this country does and whatever ISRO does, there will be always a purpose. After 4 decades is something which we need to answer. We are on the verge of getting into Gaganyaan. Gaganyaan has really threaded through for last 15 years. The preparation has happened to take Indian astronauts in our Indian rocket and Indian capsule to space and stay there for 4 to 5 days. And it is scheduled for the year 2026 and 2027, which is going to be a very big milestone for which there is a lot of experience and the first hand, what is called as hands-on experience is what is required. Therefore, Shubhanshu Shukla's journey to ISS. So this is one part. And second thing is 2035 and 2040, Bharat space station is also being planned. Therefore, the precursor to that, necessary to see that one of our astronauts goes to space, gets an experience, and those experience and experiments will be useful for our activities for Gaganyaan as well as Bharat space station. So back to how this journey is going to help. When an astronaut travels from Earth to space, and it is for about 28-hour journey, that experience is important, and that is going to be a good lot of information for us. Once he reaches there, how does an astronaut stay in space station for 14 days, and what will be his mental, physical, psychological conditions, and what is that we learn from there for our Gaganyaan is the second experiment what is being looked into from this particular mission. Third is that once he reaches there, there are several experiments, 30 plus experiments are planned, in which there are about 7 experiments which I would like to list where he is going to do it in International Space Station. Let us recall that International Space Station is at about 408 to 417 kilometer orbit, Earth orbit at inclination of 51 degrees, and it is 16,000 square foot of area, usable area, where you have chemical laboratory, physical laboratory, the biological laboratory. Then there are several electrical, mechanical, electronic equipment laboratories to conduct several experiments in microgravity. Therefore, once he reaches ISS, the specific experiments are that sprouting of the seeds for various salad applications, and how does it sprout in microgravity is first experiment. Second experiment is, as has been talked about, the diabetes and diabetes-related experiments. How does the gene and the DNA variation can help in doing experiments for the cure of diabetes, which is for the larger mass. Third is that he is taking water bears into the microorganisms, water microorganisms. How does it develop? How does it live? How does it multiply? Is the third experiment. Fourth is that for Gaganyaan, we also need to operate. The astronaut need to operate various control panels, consoles, computers, laptops, etc. He's going to do experiments on that. And like this, there are several other experiments listed which are going to be useful. And last but not the least, after staying there for 14 days, when he comes back, how does he come back? And what will be the mental, physical status once he comes back, which should be useful directly to our Gaganyaan experiment. And once he comes back and he lands on the sea, and revival from the sea and the rehabilitation program, also the entire gamut of the journey and his stay as well as his return will be useful for us.